Yo, Mayor Adams is done with sanctuary cities, man. No, he's done with them, dude. And he's done with how many issues he's been having dealing with the immigration crisis in New York right now. And it's actually really reassuring to see more and more people on the left side of the spectrum kind of embrace this idea of, hey, let's have some actual immigration reform and stop ignoring our laws, right? And do something to fix this problem. And it's awesome to see him actually being willing to work with the federal government and the incoming administration to get some real solutions done, man, rather than taking these partisan, biased positions of, hey, it's not my tribe, whatever. Dude, let's get some real solutions in here, man. So this is really cool to see. Adams wants to bypass city council to tweak NYC sanctuary city migrant restrictions. I think they're wrong. And let's see what Eric Adams has to say about this real quick, guys.
Are harming our citizens.
You're open to that?
Open to?
To hearing what their plan is to deport some of these folks, and you think the city, in some circumstances, should cooperate with ICE.
Let me. You know what's interesting? And I was talking to the team the other day. I want you to all go back and Google Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Google what they said about those who commit crimes in our city and what they said in our country. They said those who commit crimes need to get out right away. That was their position. So this is not a new position, because in the state in the era of cancel culture, no one is afraid to be honest about the truth. Well, cancel me, because I'm going to protect the people of this city. And if you come into this country, in this city, and think you're going to harm innocent New Yorkers and innocent migrants and asylum seekers, this is not the mayor you want to be in the city under.
President-elect Donald.
Yo, that was cool to see, man. It's cool to see people, man. Look, I get it. The language of empathy. Let's be empathetic to everybody. Let's make everybody feel loved, whatever. I understand. No, I understand. I'm not saying you're wrong with that. But, dude, it's been overplayed. We get it now. We want everybody to feel loved. We want to get everybody's back. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from that rhetoric now. Mayor Eric Adams is looking for ways to go over the city council's head to tweak the Big Apple's restrictive migrant sanctuary city designation. He said during a TV interview Sunday, the city council made it clear they don't want to change that, Adams said on CBS, The Point with Marcia Kramer. They stated they're not willing to change the sanctuary city law. I think they're wrong. I have my teams looking at my power as executive orders. Do I have the power to do so? I have to protect the people of this city, he said. That's my North Star. Yeah, dude. Mayor Eric Adams said Sunday he's looking for ways to go around the city council to tweak the city's sanctuary city status. Comments come just days after city lawmaker took the mayor to task over the city's sanctuary status, something Adam has backed until recent waffling on the issue. Well, look, there's a reason, man. Because the sanctuary status is being pressed to the brim right now. I mean, the whole sanctuary status thing for cities. I mean, dude, you're even talking about places like El Paso, Texas, or even cities in California right now are getting pushed to the brink right now of what they can handle. And New York is at the forefront of that because they're way up in the Northeast, and traditionally they have not had the same levels of immigration that other places have had. So with all these buses and everything coming up to New York, dude, man, they are really going through the ringer right now. So yeah, something needs to be done. Waffling is not what you call it when you're dealing with a legitimate crisis. Tough talk is good, but actions speak louder. Queens Councilman Robert Holden said Wednesday the mayor had a chance to amend or repeal the sanctuary city laws through his charter revision commission, but chose not to. Now it's time to right these wrongs. Chose not to. So he's previously purposefully kept the sanctuary city doctrine up, and now he's realizing he made a mistake, I suppose. Holden called the city to reopen a federal immigration office at Rikers Island that was shut down in 2015 by then Mayor Bill de Blasio. Bill de Blasio was a joke. That dude was sad. Y'all remember him during COVID? He's sitting there, oh, I can get a free burger? I can get a free burger? Oh, wow. No, yeah. Why don't you inject me with a experimental mRNA shot that I have no right to sue you for? And it's an experimental use authorization. So me actually accepting the shot is a waiver against anything that might happen to me and liability against you. Why don't you just, free burger? That's great. Yeah. No, screw that guy, dude. Are you kidding me? What? Dude, Bill de Blasio? Whatever, dude. A city hall spokesperson countered Adams that Adams would be breaking the law if he reversed the migrant designation, noting that it's the city council that has the authority to do so. Interesting. Yeah. So Adam, but is there some sort of emergency provision that Eric Adams can invoke that allows a temporary bypass and allows them to work with the federal government in a way that is just a response to an emergency or a crisis? Is he able to frame things in that way? Adams said protecting NYC was his North Star. On Sunday, he told Kramer that he wanted to figure out a way to get around that. I told the corporation counsel, give me what my options are. I want to know what my options are. As I stated almost a year ago, I want to look at those who are committing serious violent felonies in our city, and I want to know what my powers are. Once the council made it clear we're not changing sanctuary city laws to allow U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement to go after those dangerous offenders, Adam added. Once they made that clear, I went to plan B. What are my options are and what are my powers? Adams had been a supporter of the sanctuary designation in the past, but recently pushed for loosening of the restrictions to allow some leeway when it comes to migrant criminals. Sanctuary city jurisdictions vow not to cooperate with federal immigration authorities and to hold migrants in custody until they can be picked up for deportation proceedings. And the way that works is usually in these sanctuary cities, they end up releasing them and not charging them. The DAs just let it go. And I'm not sure if it's some sort of legal gray zone where they don't want liability or they don't want to get charged for something. But dude, no, these sanctuary cities are buck wild, man. And Eric Adams is a welcome change from de Blasio. Is he enough of a change? Because a couple years ago, he was all about the rhetoric, the empathy rhetoric. That was his whole move, right? And then literally as soon as he starts changing his tune, the federal government, the Biden's DOJ starts going after him for all types of stuff, arresting his employees and people that are connected to his office. Y'all remember that? The FBI and all those investigations where they were raiding the house and this, that, and the third. We haven't heard nothing since then. Like, what's going on? Interestingly enough, we haven't heard nothing about that since the election. So what's up with that? And then also, why did that pair up at the same time with him starting to change his tune about being a sanctuary city in New York? Because New York is a major culture mover in this country. New York and California are the two places where culture is really created and then disseminated. And great examples of that are Hollywood and hip hop coming from New York, right? And those are great examples of how, like, the centers of culture that are created in New York find their ways to the rest of the country. And so I'm wondering if it was a real it scared the establishment, right, and the elites of our ruling class here in the U.S. to see Eric Adams in New York start to push back against sanctuary city laws. And if they really were trying to put him through the ringer to press him to fall in line with the rest of the party, because if he's kind of moving away, then it's a symbol for the culture that the culture's moving away from them, right? But here's the thing with that, and here's the thing with responding to things that way, and then trying to use your levers of power to force people to fall in line. Bro, you can force the people that you own to fall in line, but the culture is going to move in the direction the culture moves regardless, and that's not up to you, especially not when you don't control the avenues of information and the information supply chains. And dude, our government and our institution and our ruling class is no longer in control of the information supply chains. And right now, what we're dealing with is like a civil war among our elite class and our financial class that are vying for power right now over those information supply chains. And you've got a younger generation of digital billionaires in Silicon Valley that, while not entirely ideologically separated from the ruling order that they are attempting to rip power from, regardless, it's creating a situation almost akin to a power vacuum that is playing out at the same time as the governments around the world are vying for their position as part of the managerial structure for our global elite, because that was the U.S.'s position traditionally throughout the past century, right? And then we've got China vying for that with the new Chinese century, and then Russia's going, yo, wait, guys, hold on, what about me? And then at the same time of all that's going on, right, above that, with the class that is above even those governmental institutions, right, we've now got power being vied for between the old order and the new order that is related to Silicon Valley and and stretches well beyond that, but just a reference that we can kind of pinpoint from where we're sitting at in our position in society. And so it's interesting right now, all the turmoil, because it gives us a unique opportunity in our society right now to really push another Enlightenment era, right? Another resurgence of classically liberal values. So it's really exciting to see. It's really freaking awesome to see. And I think that everything that's going on here with Eric Adams in New York is an expression of it, right? And I'm interested to see where it goes, especially in New York, right? Do we get another Giuliani style situation? I'm hoping the pendulum finds its way into the middle pretty soon, and we can stop dealing with all these swings back and forth. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next segment. Thank you so much, guys.